blessings, love and light to you. Thank you so much for being here. So grateful to once again be on this channel. It is such an honor, and I'm so graced to be able to follow that intuitive feeling and that calling that I was getting for so long to get on. So today I'd like to discuss about being an open channel and also having open ears, open eyes, open inner eye, just kind of being open to receive messages, and also being open to allow things that need to clear to be cleared. So today is just basically about being a clear vessel. And in being a clear vessel and being open, the divine can come through and magical things and miracles can happen every day, which is really, really cool. If we're open to it, we don't miss the miracles that happen every day. So that's really, really cool. So yesterday I kind of got inspired when I had this messenger in my body, and this pain sensation in my lower stomach area was really like very achy, and it really had the feeling of wanting to come up. You know, that feeling you get when you're getting ready to, you know what I mean? And it just had that feeling like it wanted to come up. And it's kind of interesting because my husband actually tapped into that same thing. And he was like trying to figure out where it was coming from. It was actually because of our connection, he was feeling it. Anyhow, so I sat with that today. I got up this morning and I went straight outside and I sat with nature, and I sat by the creek and I meditated, and was given a message, and that's why I want to say open to receiving messages. So I didn't exactly know what it was, and my mind, of course, did not know what it is, but my body knew that something wanted to come up, and then my mind's like, well, something wants to come up, you know, because I've seen clearings done this way before. Clearings a lot. Our bodies will give us messages. We'll feel an ache or something like that. And I think I've talked about that on the cleanse and purge video, where, you know, your body will actually tell you where something is. In that video, I talked about having a pain in here near my heart center, and my heart needed to be supported. So by clearing that and by being open to messages, I received a message from someone who talked about holding your hands over your heart and saying, I am loved, I am worthy, I am safe, I am valued, I am heard, I am my ascended self, I am connected to God in every now. And you kind of fill in, you know, the I am and whatever it be that you feel resonance with. So we do this every morning over our hearts, and then me and my husband will heart to heart to each other and talk about our love is heart to heart, our love is divine. And it's very, very beautiful, and it's a great exercise for beginning, starting, which is another video I did on being love, then doing. So we've been practicing this for a while now, and it's really, really working. So I felt this in my stomach, and it's funny, I feel it right now. So my stomach's like, hey, tell everyone about this. It's funny. So I went outside and I sat with that, and I'm like, you know, I definitely was feeling something. So I just sat in stillness. The one thing to clear space is to be in stillness, to, you know, be still and know that I am God. So I went and I sat in that stillness, and I felt a timeline shift. And if you're not familiar with timeline shifts, that means just like limited patterns or beliefs or different things that are no longer serving the greatest good, and they're just not resonating in your energetic field. Once your energy rises, this vibration will begin to clear and move out. So I was like, oh, we're having another clearing, moving out. It's another, you know, one of those things. Timeline shifts. So you shift the reality when you shift the beliefs, you know, and honestly, it's like, we don't want to be too attached to beliefs, do we? We want to really be open to receiving the truth and the true messages that are coming in. So that's what this is about. It's about being open. So in stillness, I sat there and let that shift. Then what happens is, once you are open and allowing to listen, to experience, and all that stuff. So messages can come through. They can come through books. They can come through songs. They can come through feelings. They can come through thoughts. They can come through many forms, and they will feel very high vibrational. You will know it's not fear-based because it will feel so high vibrational. Honestly, it will feel high vibrational. You will get that serendipity feeling. And I know you know what that is. I just know it. I just know whoever's watching this gets it. You get that chill, that feeling, you know, and you're like, whoa, this serendipity, you know, or that's weird that came in at this time. Not really. You were open to receive the message, and therefore it came in. So in the book, I was reading in my devotion, I received a message about a hidden fear coming up. So, of course, that resonated with what was going on in my pain, because it really felt like deeply in there somewhere and wanting to come up. So that's wonderful. That's something to be honored, and I honor this day for that beautiful clearing, because in clearing that fear, it came, by clearing the space to allow the fear to come up, then I was able to recognize what it was and how to best handle that. So it did come up. I did have some tears today. There was a release. My husband was so blessed and beautiful and patient to be so loving in that releasing. And, we do that for each other and everything like that. And that's a beautiful conscious relationship when you can honor triggers and purges and cleanses. That's really actually a beautiful place to be. And then, because we have a practice where we can go to devotion together, where we're being loved together, where, we're growing in consciousness and raising our vibration. And so in having that same core values and goals, it's able to ascend. The relationship ascends. Our consciousness ascends. Our experience ascend by being that clear channel and letting the messages come through. So giving each other space to be real and to really clear out stuff. So not that like every single time that both of us have been completely like, oh, it's okay, everything. I mean, we've actually triggered each other, to be completely honest. But in allowing it to be cleared is how we've ascended in our consciousness and our relationship. So being clear to allow the messages to come through. So the message came through about this fear. And then, he gave me space to clear it. And of course, my mind tried to figure out each and every way that it was. But honestly, when he went to go to work, I went into a deeper meditation to sit with and allow that message to be even more potently recognized. And what was recognized is that divine talents have been hidden. So the fear actually worked as a shield or protector to protect my divine talents from being criticized, harmed. Maybe I wasn't ready until this point to really come out as I'm a channeler, I'm a vessel of God, these sort of things. I thought maybe as in youth or something that I didn't really fully understand my intuitive sensitivity, which I do have a more profound understanding now, and I'm learning more and more every day. Because, honestly, our minds like to think that we have things under control, that we know everything, but we really don't. And so I noticed that I was okay with that today. I was very accepting and honoring of the process of cleansing that has led me to the process of at least understanding what I understand now about my gifts. And there's so more to be discovered, and that's what's so amazing about being an open channel. Because when you're open in that every now, you can receive what the divine is calling and sending to you. It's like ding, 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 you get a phone call and you answer it because you're present in that moment. Like you get it through a book, or you get it through a phone call, or you get it through your own meditation, which is a very profound experience when you can actually get so grounded that it comes through your own meditation. So this morning I wasn't as grounded in it, but I went and sat in stillness with it. Then it came through a book. Then it came through a session of deep, deep meditation, which actually involves channeling and stuff like that. So it's a practice I actually have a sacred room that is for, I've learned that I'm an empath. So it's just my energy in this particular room. So whenever I need clarity or need to sit with something, I will go to that room in that space because it just resonates at my higher self energy is just kind of been sealed in that. And I'll do another video if anyone's interested. Please make a comment about if you're an empath and you need to figure out boundaries and space to create so that you can work out and feel your own energy. That's very important for empaths, is to have space to feel their own energy. So in this space, I can feel my own energy. And I went in there and I channeled. And I found that there's divine gifts, as I was saying, that were hidden. And this sphere worked as a protector. So, possibly in past lives, there are many, many traumatic things might have happened because of these divine gifts coming out, and these supernatural gifts, these clairvoyant, very tapped in, high vibe mind, high vibe heart, high vibe sensitivity. Okay, so that's really, really, really important stuff. Being able to channel in dream work, energy shifting, transforming, messaging, channeling the divine's messages through. These are some of the things that I'm tapped into, and that they were kind of hidden before. And they were kind of masked over like being very sensitive and emotional. So for a long time, I was like, I'm just a very emotional person. No, I'm a very tapped in, sensitive person to the divine energy. And to be completely frank, to really, really tap into the divine, it requires a certain amount of sensitivity. Being desensitized by things is not a way to tap into your highest good. You have to kind of, like, that's coming from heart center. It requires an amount of sensitivity to allow divine intelligence to flow through. And sensitive could be just being humble and releasing the grip of the ego so that your soul can communicate, versus you trying to run the show with the ego, because that, you know, we just know how that goes. So, you know, being an open channel and receiving messages. So I was able to receive these messages by first clearing the space to be open to receive the messages. So have that meditation, have that space, have that something. This I am worthy, I am loved, I am safe, all is well, it's okay. You know, that's a comforting thing for me that works to allow the energy to come up, to be cleared. You find what works for you. Find something that you can practice with a discipline. You know, meditation is definitely required, but sometimes our minds, our emotions are going in such a, you know, it's like a trigger, for example. How the heavens do you sit down in a triggered state? It's not easy. So you have to sometimes start with something like that. So for me, I start with that. And a trigger may come even after a meditation. So I go back to that. Either way, I go back to that. And then when I've calmed down, or the trigger has calmed down to a place where I'm clear and ready to receive and be open, then I can go into meditation to get clarity as to what was that and how we can transform it. So what was happening with that trigger and that pain was that my divine gifts are ready to come up. So this is how I did that. I honored the fear, which sounds wild because we're like, fear, get away, fear, get out, no fear, no fear. Honor your triggers, honor your fears, honor your communicators, honor your pains, honor everything in gratitude, and watch it transform. Oh, sorry, I got really into that, didn't I? But seriously, if you can watch it transform when you honor it. So I honored that fear, and I said, I thank you so much for protecting my divine talents. I thank you so much for being there and making sure they're safe and protected. And I honor you for that. And I also release you now, because that protection of these divine gifts are no longer necessary. With me going on YouTube and me sharing now, this channeling gift and these different divine gifts are ready to be shared, and they're going to help. So they're helpful for source and for all if I share them. So I'm grateful for the time that you spent for protecting me, and up into this very now, it's so honored and appreciated. And then, you know, release it. So you allow it to be released with love versus like, get out of here, you don't serve me, move along, fear. You're causing me to have pain in my life. That don't resonate. I'm sorry, I don't mean to get all like, but it's, you know, talking all silly. But seriously, we want to talk respectfully to every aspect and every experience, and we want to show love for it to transform in gratitude. It's a beautiful way for it to transform. So to be open, honor what's coming to you. Honor every message, honor every feeling, honor every trigger, honor everything. And as you honor it and transform it, and not be like, wow, yeah, I got real triggered then and sort of acted, you know, and these emotions came up. Honor them. Because when you honor them and you're grateful for them, they transform a lot faster. So, you know, just imagine like even, you know, anybody or a kid, if you're like, you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to put this thing like this, and this is how you do it. You know? And then you're like, okay. And then you're just like, man, I'm always afraid of my mom, like, but then you like honor mom because, whatever, mom is being very strict, but at the same time, mom could also honor how you honored her and be like, I should actually be more gentle in the way I correct you. Let's just say, for an example, I'm a parent, so I'm just using that. I really don't talk to my kid like that in this current now, but maybe at some point, it's been 10 years, I might have, I've definitely been triggered before with him. He's definitely tested boundaries and stuff like that. But what I learned from that experience is that he was a teacher for me. And those experiences they taught me how to be, more disciplined and have more boundaries, and then also more patience in explaining. So we want to be patient. So it's like, I really honor that you're expressing your feelings. However, I ask that you be respectful, and then I ask that you put that away in this way, because then it's not, and you explain it, it's not hurting people when you put your Legos up. Let's just say, for example, because Legos all over the floor without being put away, somebody can step on them, and I have, and that hurts a lot. So it's like, if we put it in the bin when we're done and we put it away, then everybody can play in a safe environment. So, same way you can talk to your fear. I thank you so much for what you did to protect my divine talents. However, that's no longer needed, and for everyone to be given what they need, this channeling information must come through. And so that's my personal thing as far as being a channeler is one of my divine talents that's coming out. But you got to find what works for you. It can be absolutely anything. But if you sit with it and you just be open to receive the messages, it can come in many different forms in many different ways, and even through your own meditations. So the encouragement here is to be open to receive divine messages. And in those divine messages, honor whatever blockage is kept from your talents or your gifts coming through, or honor whatever comes up. Just honor it with gratitude, and then it transforms and it's released in a peaceful state versus going into this sort of for and against. You know what I mean? Like, instead of going into for and against, you can go into an acceptance and honoring and gratitude and then you're also in non-judgmental energy, because you're not judging that you had an emotion come up because of fear wanting to be released. You're not judging that you got a little upset at this experience, or you got, something triggered you. You honor it, and you allow yourself in gratitude to be open to receive the message, to learn, and then that's how lessons are learned and transformed into blessings. That's how energy is transformed and risen in vibration. It rises in its vibration. And just, that's a wonderful thing. So a transformation happens easily when we honor in gratitude and we're open to receive the message. So thank you so much for being open to receive this message. I very, very much honor and respect, and I'm grateful for your time to be here and to take in that message. Thank you so much. Very grateful. Thank you. And of course, if you liked this message, you can hit the like button, you can hit subscribe with the little bell notification, so you'll get all our videos that are coming up, which will be really exciting, because it's MystiCOOLS is a team. So there's a team of beautiful beings that are here to share with you, so we look forward to being able to share more videos. So if you feel inspired, please by all means hit subscribe with the bell button. And, like the video if you like the message. And also, if you feel inspired, write a comment in what, your vibe or feeling is on being open to receiving messages and honoring and being grateful for every experience, even our fears and blocks. And I thank you so much again for this time, and many blessings, love, and light. Namaste.